Good afternoon. We are back on the build site today. We had our regular work day and we slipped out here to get some work done. As you can see, we got our first front wall panel up this weekend. We're pretty excited about that because that is kind of a turn in the road for us. It gets us moved forward quite a bit. As soon as we start getting these posts and beams up, we're really going to be on a roll. One of the things we have to do to get those posts and beam up is make some adjustments in the walls that we've got. Now I've got this wall built and it is going to go all the way up to the underside of that beam that goes across. I need to cut it and make it shorter. One of the challenges that comes with that is how much do I cut it? If I cut it too much, there's a gap there and I'm going to have to try and shim something in there, because ultimately what I want to do is I want to attach this to the bottom of that beam so that I have a wall that comes down from the beam with the beam exposed. And then it struck me, the best thing to do is put a 2x4 on the side of this, cut the top off so it has the height of the studs right now, which are below the posts, get the beam on top, then cut it exactly where it needs to be, put that double top plate back in there, nail it all back in. I think that's going to work just fine. Just climb up here and nail that in. Yep. Nail this to this, so straight through. Straight in. Push it all the way in. Pull the trigger. There you go. Keep the web of your hand right here, you'll have better leverage. Alright? Right. Looks like you didn't get a nail. Alright, try it again. There we go. Exactly. You gotta hold it all the way in. You got up on it, it's not gonna work. I think you missed it. Nope, you got it. You got it. Now all I have to do is get the post in and put that beam up. All right, that's one. Welcome to the house build. We are putting in posts today, trying to get our first post and beam in this weekend. I'm getting ready to drill a hole here. Now we have radiant heat tubing in this floor. So hitting one of those tubes would be catastrophic. My wife just gave me some advice, unsolicited I might add. Honey, you want to tell them what you said?
Oh, don't screw it up.
It's nice to know that she's got confidence in me.
I do, just don't screw it up.
We have a bent drill bit. I'm thinking somebody stepped on it. I may be that somebody. Damn it.
Can we get a hammer?
Honey, I'm trying to fix it, but we may have to go to the store and get another one.
Yeah.
It has to be straight. It can't be wonky.
Hold it.
if I got this straight. I wanted to use more finesse, but apparently brute force is the answer today. All right, let's go get a beam, sugar. We had to use a tractor to get the wood separated today so we could get to the timbers we're going to be using. And this timber doesn't look too bad. It was wrapped up. It's been wrapped up, sitting there for about 6 months. The only problem of it is the end of it's rather crooked. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that straight. Stuff off of me. Candy coated idiot, but it's done. I've got to cut the recess for it to the proper size so that I can put it in the bracket and go ahead and fasten it to the wall. You got it? You can see I didn't go quite deep enough with the big saw. Let's see if I can touch that out. Well, I have no idea if I've shot any video today or not. I may have just been doing time warp the whole day. It's hard to say, but we just got this post in. We went ahead and fastened it to the wall with 2 structural screws. Obviously, I'm going to come from the other side and put about 5 more to hold it properly. But as it is right now, that is the position of the post. It is at the right height. It's on the base. It's fastened to the floor, fastened to the wall. It is hot, and we are moving slow today. I'm probably moving slower than she is. Well, as you can see, we got a little squirrely and decided to go ahead and see if we could lift up one of those beams. Now, this is actually one of the beams that goes along the roof. That's a 6x10 right there. The 6x12 is what goes across from post to post. You're gonna climb over here, and I'm just gonna take it straight in, and I'm gonna set it down. And it doesn't require, yeah, so you can lift that up pretty good. So as I bring it down, you'll just lift up a little bit, so I set it on these 2 feet. All right. gonna go home. We're gonna go home and I'm gonna spend a little time in the plans tonight, looking through the assembly instructions and figuring out exactly what I'm gonna have to do when I come up here. And then I'll come up here and agonize for an hour or two on measurements. And then we'll get the saw and we'll start cutting stuff and we'll build a truss. We'll find out if we can lift it up and put it in place. If we can, well, then tomorrow we start putting the post and beam in. And if not, then tomorrow we start putting the post and beam in anyway. We'll just take it apart and put it in piece by piece, which will be an absolute nightmare. But one way or another, we're gonna start putting this thing together.